name is Sven and you're watching Pulse. Yes, we're back to Pulse for now. I'm going to be posting a video on the channel soon, in the next couple of days I hope, just covering a few things that I wanted to talk about. You know, serious things. We've also reached and passed 200 subscribers on the channel now. That's great, so thanks to all the new subscribers and thank you even more to the old ones for sticking around. So just keep checking back at the Tales of Lumen channel for that video in the coming days. But for now, let's just get to the news. It's almost time for Blizzcon 2010 and Blizzard continues to tease us. This time they've put up the full Blizzcon 2010 schedule of events. The Blizzcon website now features a full list of all the events and panels taking place at this year's event. If you, like me, can't trek all the way to California for this event, then you're not totally out of luck. Blizzard are still offering those neat little virtual tickets from the BlizzCon website for all those die-hard fans that can't make it to the event. So you can read more about the full event schedule and those virtual tickets in the links below or over at blizzcon.com. The hackers are finally getting what they deserve. Blizzard recently dropped the ban hammer on over 5,000, probably unsuspecting Starcraft 2 offenders' accounts. This is the first of many waves of bans that Blizzard will be throwing out in the coming months, and it really is a good thing. We've got to keep those servers clean, yo. There were some interesting changes made recently to the official 1v1 maps on the Blizzard ladder. If you haven't noticed them yourself, you can log in right now and check that Kulas Ravine and Desert Oasis have been removed. The maps that have replaced them are Shakuras Plateau and Jungle Basin. I guess that Desert Oasis and Kulas Ravine were both pretty much the most hated maps on that list. So if you're interested in reading more about that, you can find the quick and dirty announcement by Blizzard below, along with all the raging comments from the fans. A few new Real ID features were unlocked by Blizzard recently. These were made available because of the many complaints about the dangers of having your full name and surname appear on the Battle.net servers for everyone to see. You can now disable the Friends of Friends add-in feature as well as the Facebook integration. Alternatively, you could also totally disable the Real ID feature on your Battle.net account, if that tickles your fancy. You can read more about that below. Alienware and Blizzard have set up a Diorama Contest where they want all the artistic fans to submit models of Starcraft 2 units and buildings. The entrants that submit the best models will be given prizes worth up to $3,000 from Alienware. Although I'm pretty sure I can't make anything worth entering, it's still going to be really cool to see what the fans come up with. So if you're interested in entering or just reading more about it, you can check that out in the links below. So let's start the tournament news with the most interesting pieces first. In an all-Korean World Cyber Games StarCraft Broodwar final, Flash managed to take the title after dispatching last year's winner Jae-dong in the semi-finals. The Terran player then moved on to take the Protoss playing Cal down in the finals with a clean 2-0. You can head on over to the official World Cyber Games website to find VODs and replays of the event, or you can just check the links below. The long-running global StarCraft 2 league has finally come to an end with Kim, Fruit Dealer 1G, taking the win. The Zerg player faced off against the Terran Hope Torture in the finals and managed to take it with a rather impressive 4-1. With the win, Fruit Dealer takes home around $85,000, where Hope Torture pockets $30,000. I watched the finals live and I gotta say the games were absolutely amazing. You can find the full results and VODs from the finals below. The second global StarCraft 2 league is already taking sign-ups and there are some big names that have already applied. Boxer, Nada, July, yes please. You can also read more about that below. The Protoss playing Sok took the 8th Craft Cup this past week by taking down the Zerg Cuba in the finals with a score of 3-2. The Terran player Cass managed to take down fellow Terran player Goody in the finals of the Go for AC2 Cup number 42 last week. He managed to win that with a score of 3-2. Nama managed to win the Go for AC2 Cup number 43 this past Sunday. He took down the Terran player Shu in the finals with a score of 3-1. The Terran player Tarson won the 44th Go for AC2 Cup on Wednesday. He took down the Zerg player Mardo in the finals with a rather convincing 3-0. Nama also took the Go for AC2 monthly final of September last week by defeating Hasu Obs with a score of 3-1. The Terran player Fury won the 3rd Craft Cup Light last Tuesday. He managed to take down the Protoss playing Siplo in the finals with a score of 3-2. The Protoss player Chobo won the 4th Craft Cup Light on Tuesday. He managed to take down fellow Protoss Doberman in the finals with a score of 2-1. The Zerg player Dimaga took the 25th Zotac Cup that happened this past Sunday. He faced off against the Terran playing Select in the finals and managed to scrape through with a score of 3-2. The 8th Compito Cup was not held this past week due to server instability issues. The Protoss player Naniwa took the first SK Champions Trophy this past week. He faced off against Terran player Morrow in the finals and managed to take it with a score of 3-1. The Terran player Shu faced off against fellow Terran player Nama in the Gosu Gamers King of the Hill event that happened this past weekend. Shu managed to win that with a score of 4-1. The next challenger is said to be Dark Force, and that's happening this coming weekend. Registration for the 3rd Evil Geniuses Starcraft 2 Master Cup is now open. The event will feature over 500 North American players, and they are set to battle it out for over $1,500 in prize money. The registrations will close on the 9th of October and the finals are set to happen on the 30th of October. You can read more about that below. Just yesterday, the full participant list of the next MLG StarCraft 2 event was released. The event is set to take place in about 2 weeks' time in Washington DC, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be really good to watch. The EPS Germany has just finished its 7th playday and is now nearing its halfway mark. You can read the full details and get replays and results from the ESL website or just check the links below. The qualification for the 5th season of the IEM has hit its 2nd stage and the next list of players competing has been released. So as usual, you can read all about that below, and you can also find all the replay packs that I've managed to scrounge together over the past week. Let's have a look what's been happening with the player and clan news. I also didn't quite believe that Boxer, the genius Terran, the Emperor himself, was actually making a return in StarCraft 2. Boxer is currently using the nickname Man of One Way and is already playing like some sort of god. There's a nice replay cast of him playing against Idra in the links below, and as I mentioned before, it seems like he's signed up for the 2nd season of the Global StarCraft 2 League, so that's all really good news. In a recent interview with Rakaka.se, Jae-Dong tells them that he is in fact going to be making the move to StarCraft 2 once StarCraft Broodwar sees the end of its days in South Korea. That's incredible news for all his fans out there, and that, coupled with the return of Boxer, man, we're set for some really good games. In some more StarCraft Broodwar news, the pro gamer Flash nearly drowned recently on his trip to the USA to attend the World Cyber Games. Apparently it happened at the hotel that they were staying at, but lucky for him, Jae-Dong was there to pull him from the depths to save his life. You can read all about that touching story below. A new Korean StarCraft 2 team is being created. Its name is IM, which stands for Incredible Miracle. The team currently consists of StarCraft 1 pro gamers Zerg Bong, TT, MVP and Larissa. Apparently these were not the biggest names in StarCraft 1, but they still have big hopes for this team in StarCraft 2. Known for producing such big names as Effort, Haya and Sky High, Foe will be returning as a StarCraft 2 team led by Choya and Secret. Foe's manager says that he wishes to run the StarCraft 2 team as they do StarCraft 1 teams with the A team and B team. Foe is being backed by graphics card maker Zotack's Korean division. White Ra was also recently interviewed by Rakaka.sc and was asked about his thoughts and feelings about this year's World Cyber Games. He also told them how he prepared for the event. The Swedish player Hey Pro has joined fellow Liquid players TLO and Jinro in Korea. This means he's the first Zerg player to join the Liquid force in the East, and if you want to read the full interview with him, you can check that out over at Team Liquid or in the links below. Sebastian from over at Polygon Review recently uploaded a nice, very in-depth interview with the guys behind Team Liquid, Nazgul and Heosat. It was a really awesome interview, and you can find out more about that in the links below or just head on over to Polygon Review's YouTube channel. So time for some local StarCraft 2 news now. In just a couple of days, on Saturday the 9th of October, the Polofluke 10-10-10 tournament will be getting underway. This is the 3rd of Polofluke's monthly tournaments, and there are already over 100 players signed up. It's set to be one of the more exciting events since the launch of the game, and we can expect some really nice prizes from this month's sponsors, AMD and Random Label Clothing. I've also been told that there's going to be a spot prize this month, so you can win an AMD CPU by just entering. Now that really does sound good. So if you're keen to give this tournament a go, you can find out all the information you need over at polarfluke.co.za or just check the links below. We'll be shoutcasting the event live, and I'll upload any of the good games to the YouTube channel afterwards. So if you want to listen to it live, I'll link the times and the Ustream channel in this video. Mint Kreeflewe is the first Grudge Love King of the Hill. After 5 grueling games against his clanmate Stripe, Kreeflewe managed to walk away with a win and the first title of King of the Hill. You can find replays from the Best of 5 series below, along with details of the next event. So if you don't know Grudge Love Saturday, you can head on over to miton.co.za or check the links below to find out who the next challenger is and when the next event is taking place. The Ventus StarCraft 2 team. After the loss of the West brothers, Dreamer and Angry African, everyone expected them to just roll over and die. No, not Ventus. They've remained strong and managed to pick up a couple of big names for their new Starcraft 2 lineup. The new lineup consists of Noop, Reaver, Panda Tank, AJ and Valprax. You can read more about their new team and their plans for the future over at ventusgaming.co.za or in the links below. Let's move on to the Diablo news.